Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 2. We are still going through our Week 1 games, and I am once again here for the Misery Mire division of the Dark World Conference. Today, we have a Link to the West Coast featuring Senen, and Magic Lampo featuring Durand. I am Wolfling0270, and joining me in the mic is Westside Vandal. How's it going?
Yeah, doing alright. This is going to get interesting. This is the last outstanding series in the Misery Mire division in Dark World. Either team sweeps this, and they'll be joining Error 216 in first place, while the losing team will be joining, unfortunately, Missing Bow in last place with 0, as every other team, every other series in this division was split. So Misery Mire looking like a pretty evenly stacked division coming out of Week 1. But obviously, that's just 1 week out of 7, so things can change.
Yeah, especially with the settings changing coming up in the near future here. But for today, we have open standard, well, quote-unquote standard, open 7-7 defeat Ganon. So, basically, if you've seen the start of every tournament set, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yep, that was terminology I wrangled with too, commentating on like the Challenge Cup, was because you want to say just like standard, and then you remember, wait, no, that's an actual flag.
Yes.
Like, no, I think I basically eventually ended up settling on no frills as what I would usually try to say.
So for anyone who might be tuning in for the first time, standard, of course, is what we refer to as when we do the default opening sequence of Link to the Past Randomizer. We are playing on open mode, which means we are allowed to skip that sequence, but all the items in the escape sequence have not been claimed, so there can be anything in there. Even maybe the lamp, as I saw a few days ago. Can be there. In the Dark Cross, I might add.
Oh.
We'll get to that a little bit as we get started here.
Alright. And both starting at Link's house. And
both getting just a normal bottle with a bee in it.
Yeah. So, Sick Kid gonna be available as soon as we get to Kakariko. I believe that was 2 crystals on Eastern and Hera, is what I saw.
Yes, Eastern and Hera. Hera was a 5-6, though. Red pendant over in Desert.
Alright. We're also gonna see both runners utilize that sign.
Oh, magic from the first drop from the guard. Nice.
Yeah, and the Tier 1 tree pole is going to be 20 rupees. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Good opening. Yeah. Good opening.
Good start so far for items for our runners.
And both our runners are doing a fairly standard opening route here. Here for open mode. Getting the Cadence of Maria.
And the sword.
Ooh, okay, this might be a decision time now. We might already have diversions in the first minute.
Yeah. Alright, save and quit coming from Durand there.
And Senen is also trying to save and quit. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, with the sword, they could have opted to go into the back of Escape, or at least down to where Zelda cell is.
Well, looks like no divergency yet. Both opting to go to Sanctuary and open the Sanctuary chest to receive 3 bombs. So Kakariko is not going to be a problem for our runners at all.
I mean, it wasn't a problem even with the poultry being what it was. That 80 rupees is enough to buy a 10-pack from the shop.
Well, true, but at the same time, you want to start saving up money for, say, like the bottle vendor or Zora.
True.
Being able to avoid paying that 50 rupee fee for 10 bombs is always welcome.
Well, they can get another 80 rupees here, so they'll have more than enough money for the bottle vendor now.
Yep. And Bush Crab being a little sneaky. Just
hearts, which is unfortunately the worst item to get, in my opinion.
And Senen having even more issues with that Bush Crab. Oh, and I think one of the hearts got stuck in the trees there, so oof.
Yeah. High tier pulls low magic.
Yeah, sorry. Speaking of hearts, piece of heart on Lumberjack Ledge, so we're not going to be seeing Ago 1 for that reason today.
Yeah.
Could still see it for Dark World access, although that would just be painful.
Durand is taking full advantage of that tier 1 pull and getting lots of money.
Yeah, I do not blame him. 10 arrows on Mushroom Spot, that can stay there.
Yeah. Another heart piece here. So, something to note about the Hoarder Crab is they actually have 2 drops, but with the hearts being there, it's very unlikely we're ever going to see the second drop this seed because you have to get like 7 or 8 of the first drop in one slice span.
And the second drop, I believe, is just the vanilla drop, which is 5 rupees, if I remember correctly.
No. It's randomized too.
Oh, interesting.
Normally it's a bunch of green rupees, and then if you're fast enough, you get a red rupee.
Ah. Okay, so down into Blind's hideout we go for Durand.
Moon Pearl.
Oh, that's the Moon Pearl.
A little bit of extra cash. And the Power Glove. Alright.
Okay, so Aga 1 is very, very much on life support now. Just need either the other glove or the hammer.
Yeah, still a chance, though. Still a chance. And even if we find the other glove, Aga's still not truly dead until we have access to the east side of Dark World.
Fair.
Alright, Kakariko well.
Good in mind.
Master
Sword.
Early Master Sword. Ooh. That is a spicy find.
Alright, more bombs. Arrows. And, well, we have Zora money now.
Oh, that's definitely Zora money. So, Master Sword lets us break the barrier at Aga Tower, but until we find the lamp, it's not in play. Which could be a problem, could be a blessing, though, at the same time. We don't know yet.
Baldavinder wants to be the king of scams when he grows up. 100 rupees for 20 rupees. Flippers.
Alright, so even if we get the Mist for Dark World access, not the worst thing with the flippers, because now we have access to East Side. But it depends on the crystal placement in the Dark World.
Alright, sick kid with the mirror.
Wow, Kakariko loaded.
Yes, it is. Which bell? Oh, there's the Titans.
All right.
Okay. Sure, you do you, Seed. You do you.
So we have Titans Mitts, Mirror, Flippers, Master Sword.
Good
Moon
gracious.
Pearl, all of those in Kakariko.
So, Ice Rod on pedestal?
No, Hammer at Pyramid Fairy, let's go. I want it.
Why not both? 2 hours later, when both actually happen, I will apologize for the commentator's curse. Alright, so nothing too exciting on library or race game. And down Durand goes to the swamp area. Or, well, it would be swamp if it was Dark World.
Yeah,
Light
South
World is the dam area.
Yeah, the South Shore route. I do like the fact that both runners chose not to go to Dark World right away. They're leaving a lot of these early sphere checks in the... if they do that, and... well,
actually... Three hearts, green mail, Dark World is... That's pretty dicey.
That is pretty dicey. However, I think that's the more thorough way to do it. Because you're going to use the mirror. And just run completely across the south side and get everything.
Fair point. But you do have to go all the way up to the Kakariko portal, take that, and then do Village of Outcasts, and come all the way down through South Shore in the Dark World, where, you know, we're still at the point where if things in Light World look at you funny, they can kill you. Dark World, they even breathe in your direction, you're dead.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. It's definitely a risk versus reward scenario I'm pitching here. I don't know. I just like the efficiency of doing it like that, I guess.
Right, no, I understand where you're coming from, but... Oh,
Oh,
hook shot,
there's the
mini
hook
Moldorm.
Okay. Never mind what I was thinking. That hook shot's very important.
Alright, so yeah, this seed is throwing all of the items at us early, and with that, it's also going to make some interesting routing decisions coming up for our runners. So I would not be surprised to really start seeing some divergence happen here sooner rather than later. Durand using those flippers, checking Lake Hylia, which was nothing, and going up to the hobo.
Meanwhile, Senen is going to be heading all the way over to Ice Rock Cave. This is another check that's available to both runners.
Would not be surprised to see Durand do this as well. There's the lamp!
Oh.
So, Aga 1 is
It
not
is
necessary. Yeah.
It currently, it entirely depends on where the second 5/6 crystal is. If it's in a hammerlock dungeon, then Aga's dead. If it's not, there is a chance that Aga's required to get the super bomb over to the pyramid. Because there's no other way to get it in logic over there.
So there's 300 rupees in Ice Rod Cave. The other thing of note, that lamp puts Death Mountain completely in logic.
Yep. You can even go up to Hera and do the crystal.
Yeah, and you can go to Dark Death Mountain because we also have that hook shot, and all of Dark Death Mountain's items are available, which means I would not be surprised to see one or both of these runners just make a straight shot up to Death Mountain. Because that's all of the items.
Yeah, the seed doesn't have that many. The seed was very frail when it comes to, hey, everything's wide open now. This is going to be a mad scramble and a lot of divergence, I feel, coming up in the near future.
All right, 500 rupees to the King of Scams for...
Not taking it, makes sense. Although, you're on 4 hearts, green meal.
Yeah.
Maybe it was worth it a little bit.
Yeah.
It depends on your comfort level, really.
Especially because Durand saves and quits there. You're losing the 500 rupees there anyway. You might as well take the heart. I don't get it.
I can understand the play. It's still fairly early on, so we probably feel safe that he can ignore that heart container.
All right. Up.
All right. Senen's about to make the same checks. We'll see if Senen does it in the meantime.
Looks like we have a slight issue with Durand. We're working on it.
Senen's about to go check what Durand just checked here.
Yep.
In the meantime, though, while he's walking his way up the Zora, let's just give a quick shout out to our tracker, Irritable Penguin. Keeping those items up to date, and more importantly, keeping us items here in chat. And thank you for that.
Indeed. All right. So, Senen is going to pay the King of Scams and see that heart container. And we'll see what he decides to do. That's gonna be, yep, he goes ahead and takes that that nice 5th heart for 500 rupees there. Save and quit out, and
we'll see where he goes next.
I would assume Sanctuary, and I mean, Durand did choose to go to back of escape, as we see before tech issues hit him down. Senen looks to be following in his footsteps.
Yeah, we'll be looking to get that feed up as soon as we can.
Yep. All right. Okay. Nothing doing in the front of escape, or in the back of escape, excuse me. Okay. gets the key from the key rat. Looks like he's going to go ahead and take advantage of that lamp and just check Dark Cross while he's here.
Alright, let's see what's a Dark Cross.
Just 20 rupees. Save and quit out for Senen, of course. Can't really do much besides go all the way back up through the exit of Sanctuary from where he was. So yeah, save and quit, obvious choice. Back to Sanctuary he goes, and more than likely Death Mountain coming up here. I can't imagine you would put it off for much longer than this.
Yeah, definitely going up the mountain at this point. Hook shots in hand.
Yep. Rescue the old man. Do shoot across to the east side of Death Mountain. Probably actually do Dark Death Mountain first, and then mirror out to once he's on top to go over to Hera. So this is once again week 1 of the league. The gameplay for this one is just an open 7-7 crystal count defeat Ganon. So basically just like a regular game of Link to the Past, except everything's randomized, items and crystal locations and whatnot. And you don't have to do the escape sequence, which is always nice if you're terrible at it, like I am. Probably the #1 most reset split in all of speedruns is the escape in Link to the Past in MG. Nothing on top of Spectacle Rock, just a shield inside Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, and we got 3 bombs from the old man as well.
Yeah. So next week's action will be Ambrosia, which is a standard seed, which means you do have to do the escape sequence. You start with a sword. Uncle tells you where the boots are. Generally speaking, and then every single dungeon boss will have an item on them, not like a dungeon item or a key, but like, rupees or mushroom or that sort of thing, medallion.
All right, big key here to start us off in Tower Hera.
Yep. Now, we do have the lamp, so we can get to the basement chest. We hope we don't have to see it, obviously. What we are going to see, since we do have bombs and the hook shot, we are going to see the Hera pot from Senen here. This is a glitch that basically clips us into the left of the pot, and then we can use the hook shot to go into the middle of the pot and fall down. And we use the warp tiles to come to basically skip floors of Tower of Hera.
Yeah, in this case, we're not skipping too much, just saves us some time.
Mm-hmm. There's that small key, so the basement is now open to us, and it is going to contain an item. So we'll see what Senen decides to do here.
Yeah.
Seems a bit early to take a risk on leaving an item in Hera, but at the same time, it is relatively early, and you have received a lot of items already. You could take a risk and go, well, with all we've gotten so far, there surely can't be anything in that basement.
I mean, wouldn't hurt to check.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where you could go either way, and you're probably still going to have somebody question you either way. Oh dear.
Mulder got fast.
Yep. And down he goes. Yeah, unfortunately that can happen with Moldorm on Master Sword.
Guaranteed to happen on Fighter.
Yep. If you manage to get 3 spins off with the Master Sword, you will kill Moldorm and skip that to borrow an MMO phrase, aggro phase. But if you accidentally poke Moldorm once, well, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, there was a few slashes in there, so...
Luckily, Senen does get 3 spins on the rematch. Down goes Moldorm.
And rewarded with a fire rod. Ooh, that's a good find. That's a good find.
That is indeed a good find, because that is going to put all of Skull Woods in logic when we do eventually make our way over to the Dark World. Granted, 5-heart green male Mothula is a terror I would not wish on anybody, but... Alright, Senen is going to go ahead, leave nothing to chance, use that small key, and head to the basement. Does have the Cane of Samaria, so this should be a relatively easy coffee break if he wants to take it.
You can use the bomb instead.
Okay, then.
It doesn't quite set it up, though. It was a little too far to the right.
Yeah.
At least you can poke every tile just by facing left, except
Yep.
for the one tile in the upper right corner. That one you need to poke up. That one right there.
Got it. Yeah, that's why I like, if I have the Cane of Samaria, that's why I like using it for the specific room, because then you can control when the tile comes back up instead of having to time it just right and hope you're on the right pixel, because I tend to be bad at that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can understand it too. Alright, so the second item here in Tower Hera is going to be shown to us in a moment. Quick mirror out, and it's just arrows, so could have avoided.
Yeah, but this is definitely one of those things where if you leave it there and the seed suddenly dries up, you're just sitting there and it just becomes a bigger and bigger monster in the back of your mind. Like, did I just screw myself over? All right, so Senen now heading up the light side of Death Mountain first.
Yeah, it makes sense. With the mirror here, we'll be able to see what's inside these 7 items known as, in the location known as Paradox Cave.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of good items here.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yep,
Second bottle with the bee in it. Another heart container.
Okay. And now the 5 up top here.
Blue boomerang, good for menuing. The third bottle.
Here, we're not going to give you any mail or too many hearts, but we are going to give you Tempered Sword and 3 bottles.
And not to
Good
mention
gracious.
a singular arrow.
Alright, lining up this bomb jump. Got it. Pretty easily. Yep. I mean, there's still plenty of stuff for Senen to find, so I wouldn't get too complacent there, Penguin. Just 20 rupees on the floating island. Unfortunately, we can't quite check what the Turtle Rock medallion is from our current position with our current loadout. We do need that hammer. I wouldn't be surprised to see Senen go check that as they make their way back up the dark side of Death Mountain.
Yeah, and... Nah, never mind. I was thinking they might do Spike Cave, but not nearly enough hearts and no invincibility item.
Yeah. We do have the 1 red potion, but yeah, that's still not enough hearts.
Yeah, we need about another 3 heart containers so that to be even a remote possibility, and they'd all have to be filled beforehand.
Although, we do have that bug net already, and there's a chance for the bushes around the portal over Spike Cave. 5,
all right.
6, Meyer.
Now, here's the thing. I saw where the last 5, 6 go. It is Misery Mire. That is not a dungeon locked by the hammer. So we could theoretically have a seed in which Aghanim is required for logical super bomb access to the Pyramid Fairy.
Oop.
And one of our pendants is Thieves Town.
There we go.
Senen's still moving through New Running Cave.
Yep. Nothing of too much import there, but then again, I mean, we've gotten a lot of stuff already, so that's not too shocking.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Senen walked over and checked the medallion here, even though we don't have means to access it right now.
I mean, you might as well. It's a pretty easy walk, and it's information you're gonna need. Red meringue.
There's the red boomerang now. Another 10 arrows. I did not see the third item.
Yeah, I did not either. Just a green rupee on the 4th.
We are going to see the medallion required for Turtle Rock, which we know is a crystal to seed. It will be ether to enter.
All right. All right. So Senen does have both boomerangs now. All right. So now I would assume we're heading over to Village of Outcasts. And it does look like that is where Senen is looking to go. Pendant Thieves, and not even a green Pendant Thieves, so...
Was it green pendant thieves? I don't... Or was it blue pendant? I don't remember.
Maybe it was. Maybe I missed it. Thieves is green. My bad. I missaw it. That is, my bad. I mean, that does put one more item alongside the 4 available in Thieves. Granted, there is also the possibility that Hammer is locking one of those items in Thieves.
And apparently, Ether has been claimed.
Oh, it was in the 3rd chest that the connection hiccup caused us both to miss. We are in Skull Woods now on for Senen. 6 heart green mail. Oh boy.
Yeah, the seed is not pulling any punches in terms of health. This is very much a glass cannon seed. We can kill everything pretty quick, but so can the A if they get through.
Yeah, like I'm not so much worried about the trek to Mothula. I'm worried about the Mothula fight itself, because spikes plus moth equals death.
Well, we got a couple of these we can use if we felt like it. But in all seriousness, we do have a red potion at our disposal, and tempered sword, fire rod.
Yeah.
Should be a pretty straightforward fight.
Yeah. We did find the first item of Skull Woods there that I saw. I saw the full heart container there. Senen obviously trying to beeline straight for the back as much as possible here. With that low health green mail connection, don't want to be wasting that red potion that you might need for Moth on trying to fight through Gibdos.
Stocking him in magic and health.
Fair point. Definitely avoids the Wallmaster and the last little bit of the red jelly there. Nicely done.
Using the fire rod to get rid of the Gibdos. Smart play.
Yes. And now using the lamp.
Yep. A little bit of magic efficiency. Always nice, always nice. That's about half a bar, which means about 4 shots for the Moth.
Does have to also kill this Gibdo here for the key to enter.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's one more small magic decanter underneath this pot. Put them to just over half a meter.
And down he goes into the Mothula fight. The other aspect of this fight that makes this difficult and we have Durand back with us.
We have Durand back.
And they are in the Mothula fight at the same exact time. Sudden boss fight sync hype.
And they both got a big key. And the question is, we haven't seen Durand in a while. He also has Ether, so he's been up on Death Mountain.
Yes, which means I would assume he has killed the Moldorm.
Yeah, and I think I saw the Fire Rod there too. Yeah, because Fire Rod was on Moldorm. So yeah, he's got Hera and Skullwood's clear now. We're gonna get that item tracker up to date for you as fast as possible, folks. Durand's back. We have a race.
All right, so looks like Durand made a straight shot back to Mothula. But he may have also checked that chest first, because Senen's going back to grab this chest, which is a small key, and Durand just immediately making his way to this room, which we know contains the heart container. All right. All right, so there's that second item, or the heart container for Durand.
And we got the music back for you guys as well.
All right. Okay, so we are still searching for the second item here in Skull, from the looks of it. Durand prepping the bomb jump, Senen not too far behind. And there's our fourth and final bottle. Durand?
Durand went straight to the back.
But he got the heart container, though, and then he got that bottle. There are only 2 items in Skull Woods.
No, I think while Durand was gone, he just went straight to Moth, and he's doing back to front.
Right, but he got the heart container and the bottle. That's 2 items. There are only 2 items in Skull Woods, so I don't know
where was the heart, though.
In the room, the statue pole room.
Oh, so there was. So I don't know what Durand's doing. Maybe he's a little scatterbrained then.
I mean, to be fair, he probably has been trying to run this while also going, oh, hey, my OBS is throwing errors at me, and my internet is down. So he might be a little discombobulated trying to figure that out while also running a league race, so...
Yeah, that's understandable as well. Watch for sincerity as well to keep up while doing that as well.
Yeah. So, nothing on Bumper Cave. Irritable thing to be going above and beyond, heading over to Durand's stream to match up what Durand's personal tracker says to the tracker you guys are seeing. Props for that. Alright, C-shaped house. 20 rupees.
Alright, first look at thieves down here. No hammer makes this a very unlikely dip to stay around. Starting off the big key though.
Alright. Durand opens the door but decides to head over to chess game first.
So at most 2 items here in the front. Ooh, that's not great.
Yeah, that's Alright.
Well, there's another heart container.
And the seed's like, oh hey, you survived low heart green male Mothula. Here, have some more hearts.
And heart. That's the only item. So there's 3 items in the back.
And it
Don't have
looks
the map.
like Senen is going to go ahead and continue the dive here. Green Pendant TT, Mirror on Saha confirmed. Lol. Unfortunately for that disturbing bit of something, I'm failing to find the proper words for that. We already have the mirror, thankfully.
Both runners gonna have to go to the back.
Ice. Oh, come on, guys. Let's not. I mean, says the guy who already coined a nightmare scenario earlier. So,
I mean, my scenario is still alive and well. I don't know about yours.
well, I just joked Ice Rod on pedestal, and then you mentioned that we could still technically have hammer-locked big bomb access. And then I went, why not both? And then immediately apologized, or immediately said, I will apologize 2 hours later when this actually happens. Both runners going to continue the Pendant Thieves Town play here.
Well, it'll be
Not paying out so far.
Yeah, what'll be interesting to see is what Durand has checked over Senen. Because for all we know, he's been to different parts of the overworld in that downtime.
Unlikely, considering
the sync, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, considering he popped back and was fighting Moth at exactly the same time, I very much doubt there's been any divergence.
Well, there has been some, because note the heart container.
Fair.
If Durand's been on the exact same route as Senen this entire time, he'd be at about 9 hearts too.
Durand, I can tell you where one of Durand's hearts is. It's with Zora in Zora's domain.
That's true enough. Still doesn't fully account for the other heart container, though.
Might have skipped a piece of heart somewhere that Senen got. Alright.
Well, unfortunately, that's the map in the maiden chest, which means we do have an item in the hammer chest.
Alright, Senen looks to be on script so far for blind.
Yep. Pretty straightforward script to follow. You hit him as soon as possible every single time, and he moves and fires the same way every single time.
Got a little off track there, but cleans it up nicely. And just a green rupee. Oof. Speaking of green things, there's the green pendant.
Yeah, just 50 rupees for defeating blind. But the green pendant could be another item later on, and for all we know, it could be the hammer.
Which would be disgusting. But
I mean, blind can't have the hammer normally. Just add another step to the fetch.
Oh, and it wasn't. It was a 50 rupee drop, not a single rupee drop. That's at least 49 times better than I thought it was.
Yeah, I noticed it was a 50 rupees, so.
Hey, it'll almost pay for this shovel rental fee we have to pay Alec Baldwin. Anywhere between 1 and 30 digs will get us whatever is buried here.
There's the difference. He didn't. Okay, so yeah, Durand's been more or less. There's the hammer! Oh no! Now the question is, do they go back in the feast town for that one item, or are they gonna leave it behind? Ah!
Oh boy. Oh, here's our divergence. Durand's gonna go ahead and start the Smith's chain here. Oh, never mind. Senen's going back up for it.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster to check the Smiths after doing the dig game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
because the dig game operator doesn't like anything following you, even if it's an inanimate chest.
That's a good spot
Powder!
for that. That's a good spot for that. We can check
Yes,
that
it is.
immediately.
All right, hammer pegs now for Senen.
Hammer pegs leads to a heart piece. Durand just gonna go all in on the chest. Not even gonna check the powder.
Interesting. He's also going to isolate dig game for right now, which is bad, as we know. That's the hammer. No, Durand can check the digging game with the hammer. Or, excuse me. Wow, I got that completely wrong. Wow. Let's try that again. Durand can use the mirror to check the powder. There we go. Don't worry, Inconceivable. I got you covered by messing the sentence completely up in front of I don't even know how many viewers we have right now. It's probably a lot.
Gold
Butter!
sword on the bat. What a seed this has been. And we've only just now hit the diversion point.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Durand, the divergence is going to cost him some time because he is hard isolating the dig game right now, and that's our hammer. So, unless he finds Flute quickly, he's not going to be heading back to that area for a bit, I wouldn't think.
The ice rod has been
rod.
found. Turtle Rock is now completely vulnerable, or completely open to being clearing. Right? The words.
Yep.
What? Now I messed up my sentence structure. Turtle Rock is available to be full cleared at this point in time now. Once Senen picks up that ice rod.
Yep. All right, so.
Oh hey, another one of our new loose tricks.
Yep.
No chest, but if you mirror.
Oh, that's buddy Durand. Okay.
Got it.
That's a lot farther away than I'd feel comfortable doing that trick with. Oh boy. But basically how that trick works is the game doesn't update your status on having the purple chest following you until your iframes wear off, basically, from the mirror. So if you can get over to Gary and interact with him before that update occurs, the game goes, oh, hey, you have the purple chest, cool.
And gonna go into the first chest of swamp without the hammer?
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Senen's gonna be going into swamp. The difference here is Senen can clear it. So yeah, the gap is going to begin to widen here for as long as Durand avoids doing dig game. And with the amount of stuff we can technically check with our loadout right now, that could be a hot minute or two. Because neither of our runners have gone into Eastern area at all. So that's Saha's Closet, Eastern, and Palace of Darkness. We can get into ice right now as well. And do a large majority of it.
Actually, we need the flute and we need the bow, and then we're in go mode.
Yeah,
or no mode at least. Medallion pending for Meyer, of course.
Yeah.
And boots pending, depending on if GT Key is on the torch.
Yep. What's really going to be backbreaking for Durand here, as our tracker just pointed out, if Senen finds a bow here, he can just clear all of Eastern Hyrule in one shot. Whereas Durand's going to be going into, this is another thing that neither runner has done, the bottom half of escape. The front of escape.
This is an interesting development to be sure.
Yeah, this is if you're a Durand fan, you're hoping Durand goes back to dig game sooner rather than later. All right, so Senen continuing the journey into Swamp because he has the hammer. Durand, meanwhile, in the front of escape, making his way down to Zelda's cell.
Finding the map thus far. I'm not ready to count Durand just yet. Finding like the bow back here and the other bows in GT could prove to be a long-term advantage.
Yeah, he needs something of that significance to happen, though. Like, he's not out yet, no, but he definitely needs a significant item to be somewhere Senen's not going to go for a while, to equalize the fact that he's not going to go to dig game for a while.
There's just the map there in Zelda's cell. Gotta leave.
Yep. Another good point from chat, if Swamp happens to be completely empty and Durand is able to go mode it, that's going to make up some time. But on the flip side, he did just dip Swamp without the hammer, hoping for hammer. So... Ugh. And now he's getting over to Palace of Darkness area, from the looks of it. Gonna use those flippers and swim around the hammer pegs.
Kind of a common thing you do when you're doing the hammer. And actually, now that I mentioned knowing where the hammer is, at least my half of it is dead. So if there's a commentary curse, it's all on you now.
Yep. Which it can't be, because mine was Ice Rod on pedestal, which, we kind of have that Ice Rod.
I mean, if it's a pet seed, I'll count it still.
Sure, why not? Also, chat pointing out some unintentional punnery on my part because I said flip side. Because Durand is using the flippers to swim up to Palace of Darkness. Oh, boy. Doesn't look like anything was on left side of Swamp today. Unless the big chest is holding something. Hammer was on dig game. Just bombed, so left side Swamp. Gonna left side Swamp. Nothing on Saha's closet. Durand has Kiki, pays the 10 rupee fee to get Kiki to follow him, avoids getting hit, and now gets to pay Kiki 100 to throw the switch here and open Palace of Darkness. Speaking of throwing switches, switches? What's the sitch? Okay. Switches. Senen throws the switch and drains some water in Swamp to continue on. Very, very rich seed, rupee-wise. Good gracious.
Indeed. Shooter has the boots!
On left side of Palace of Darkness, that's gonna make up a little bit of time for Durand if he can use them effectively.
I don't know if that'll help or not, though, is the thing.
Well, we'll see.
Ooh, okay, we're seeing a potion glitch.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Okay, there it is.
And there it goes.
Unlocked. Yep. And basically, with the way Link to the Past is coded, if an enemy goes off screen, it's considered dead. So you can move those mimics off screen using that potion unlock glitch and open the door without the bow.
And the bow's only required for that red gorilla because the gorilla can't be killed otherwise.
Yep. So everything Durand is going to be finding after this point is technically bow locked because that first chest on the left side of the swamp had the boots. Meanwhile, Senen has killed Argus and receives the swamp crystal. Nothing in swamp, which is good news for Durand. He'll be able to go mode that, hopefully, if everything else falls his way.
And if Durand understands key logic, which I don't blame him for not, with one small key and the big key on the bow lock side, this chest up here and that chest down there and the arena original were all small keys.
Alrighty then.
And that's because how the key logic in Palace Dungeons works is there is guaranteed at least 4 small keys in the front.
Yes, we have seen East Dark Death Mountain. Only thing that was really up there was Ether in Hookshot Cave.
Which we know we need for at least Turtle Rock. We don't know the medallion for Meyer because the flute is still MIA.
I just had a very terrifying thought about the pedestal index. Bow could be on the pedestal.
Good.
Alright, Senen, gonna avoid getting his feet wet, uses the hammer. Gonna also check Pyramid Ledge. Book of Medora in U-shaped hallway in Palace of Darkness.
You know what, Wes? I'm gonna see your thought and raise you a different one.
Oh god.
Flute on Ped, bow on Pyramid Fairy.
Oh. Why? Why you do this?
Why? Why not?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the seed, knowing how the seed is going thus far.
Bow and Silver's on Pyramid Fairy. Chat, please.
I mean, both bows could be there. There's the flute, so
in the big chest of Palace of Darkness!
Alright, that's bow locked, so it's not Pyramid Fairy.
Alright, into Eastern Durand goes.
Meanwhile, Senen's making a beeline for Turtle Rock. New locations
it
of
is
plenty.
vulnerable. It is a crystal, and it has 5 items in it. So, nice logical play. 5 checks plus a crystal.
Meanwhile, Durand cannot finish this dungeon or Palace of Darkness because he needs the bow.
Yep. All right, Speed Gaming with the 150-person raid. So just to reset, you are watching Link to the Past Randomizer League Week 1 action. This is a open mode defeat Ganon Seed with just standard requirements for crystals and whatnot. So it's basically just like the Link to the Past you remember if you managed to skip the escape sequence and everything was in different spots. Sure,
yes.
We'll go with that. This is Week 1 action. Oh, go ahead.
This is our last Game 1 here of the Dark World Conference, the Misery Mire Division as well. This is one of the last two. These are the last 2 teams to compete in their division for Week 1.
All right. Yep.
And the most important thing to note right now is Senen has found the hammer at digging, which Durand has skipped. But Durand has found the boots and the flute in Palace of Darkness.
Nice
along
hook
with
speed.
the book. And yeah, spin speed on there is pretty nice.
All right. Senen continuing the journey into Turtle Rock here. Durand grabbing that key from the pot in Eastern.
At this point, I'm going to change it to Bow and Turtle Rock. Because it's a classic.
The answer is always Laser Bridge, except when it's not.
Alright, so Armos has the compass, looks like, but Durand is done here. Can't do anything else.
Yep, and as our tracker points out, Flute Activation 2 Dig Game is a perfectly logical next move for Durand, and I think that's exactly what he's doing.
First things first, though. Gonna check the King's Tomb and the Bonk Rocks.
Correct, you're right.
Or no, gonna go straight to Flute Activation.
Well, he could still check Bonk Rocks here. Yep, there it is. Mushroom on Bonk Rocks. Oh boy. Could want to wait to go over to Dark World to loop Graveyard Legend with the Bonk Rocks.
That will also remind Durand that he has the powder, which he hasn't turned in either.
Alright, Senen, meanwhile, continuing the journey as Durand activates his flute. Big key in the Chain Chomp room for Senen. Oh boy, I did not notice Senen only had 1 heart left there. Good thing I didn't notice that, because that would have been a blood pressure spike.
Those Chain Chomps hurt a lot. They are the second highest source of damage in the game. The first being contact damage from Ganon himself.
And oh, by the way, speaking of damages, we still have not found any of the male upgrades.
Nope. And Speaking 3 is joining us as well with a full group of 27.
Alright. Alright. So, Mushroom turned in. Nothing doing there. Durand immediately taking that flute and heading to Mire area. Would note that he has still skipped that dig game.
And if you're just now tuning in, the dig game has the hammer. Ether required for both dungeons today.
Senen leaving nothing to chance, not gonna steal the small key here. Gonna go ahead and open up the lava chest.
Compass. Could have done it.
And he's also gonna have to take the long way back around because he wants that magic refill, which is completely understandable.
And the only thing that Ped can be right now is the bow.
Yep.
Our flute was bow locked.
Yeah. So yeah, bow can still be on pedestal because flute is not required for any of our pendant dungeons. Bow or shovel leading to bow. Yikes.
Yeah. Well, we can check the pad at least. We had the Book of Medora. Also, however, bow locked in pod. Because those boots that Durand's using were the first item in pod, so...
Yep.
Those are the only thing not bow locked.
Yep. Book was bow locked, so yeah, it would be a blind pedestal po. Wow! English! I can speak it! It would be a blind pedestal pull for whatever is on there.
Well, we can still read the pen, but the book itself, to get the information, is not unlocked.
Yeah. Well, the answer is not Mimic Cave.
Durand opening out a desert. Gonna go ahead and check. Gina.
Durand also abandoning his portal. Gonna have to flute back to 6 to check checkerboard if he so desires.
And I'd like to remind folks in chat, just because we have the book... Oh, actually, wait.
Chat is correct. The Desert Palace needs the bow because both Flute and Book were bow locked in Palace of Darkness, so that is correct.
But yeah, Bet's dead.
Good catch by chat.
Good catch indeed. I missed that. I completely forgot about how to access Desert.
To be fair, I missed it too until chat pointed it out, so good catch by chat, keeping us honest.
It could still be a bow, but it cannot. But it's not going to be our alpha bow.
Yep. Meanwhile, Senen having a little bit of difficulty with the platform maze in Palace of Darkness gets through. Or Turtle Rock, not Palace of Darkness. Boof. Durand heading into Misery Mire.
So we need a bow to know at this point.
Senen now gonna go ahead and open up the safety valve here. Yeah, no invincibility items. No easy way to skip damage here on the lasers. So
Yeah,
this is gonna be awkward.
Here's
our
a shovel. And gotta take the dash to reset the health.
Yep. All right. Deals with the whoop.
Gets knocked around a bit. There's a small key. There's
our bow in Misery Mire.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in no mode. The question is, will Durand go and check Bat at dig spot for the hammer?
Yep.
And half magic as well.
So, chat pointing out that location for the Misery Mire bow means, yeah, that Misery Mire is supposed to be our silvers. Because we need the flute to get into Misery Mire, which is bow locked in Palace of Darkness.
That's correct. So it's in Ice Palace then? I can't think of any other location that would be bow locked, or not bow locked rather, that we haven't already checked.
Oh, Thieves Town Big Chest.
Ooh, you're right.
Catfish, Graveyard Ledge, Shovel. Chat pointing out a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a few spots. There are a lot. But it's a lot of one-offs though. Is the thing.
King's Tomb also an option.
Well, we'll see. Senen about to be in phase 2 of Trinex.
There it is.
Second item found for Durand, it's just a shield. Peace Heart on Trinex.
So yeah, where's our logical first bow at is now the question of this seed, right alongside when is Durand gonna go back to dig game.
I think the safest way to answer this is I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty much at this point.
Yeah, Durand really needs to go back to that dig game and pay $80 for the privilege of digging up that hammer. But with that bow now in hand, I mean, yes, it's out of logic, but...
Wait a minute, the shovel.
Yep.
Bow into your heart could still be a thing.
All right, Senen heading up. Shovel out. Wait for it. Wait for it. Green rupee! That's just insulting right there.
It is.
Alright, so still plenty of one-off locations to check that could hold that bow.
It could be a forced double dip in the Palace of Darkness for all we know. It could have been just in the blue lock locations.
True. Left side swamp has been checked. It was nothing. Yeah. Chat kind of talking it out because Medora and Flute were locked by the bow. Desert Palace can't have it, which we already know. Pedestal can't have it, and because bow locked was in the bow locks the Flute to get to Mire, it also can't be on 5-6 fairies.
Yeah, so we're down to pretty much ice battles and any sort of one-off check we still have left.
Yep. Oh, Durand needs to be careful.
Be extra careful. The fire is getting faster and faster on Vitreous. That lightning arcs randomly every frame. Survives.
Survives.
Not gonna use arrows to kill the boss.
Yeah. That was my sentiment exactly. I don't care if you have tempered, that's still letting him get way too close for comfort. Manages to survive, takes down Vitreous.
Giving us a heart attack here, jeez. Well done on Durand.
Alright, so Senen looks like he's going to make the play into Palace of Darkness here. We'll see what he decides to do. If he decides to break the logic here and potion glitch into the back of Palace of Darkness, he's going to be in go mode. Or no, he's not. Sorry. He's going to be in a pretty good spot. But if he doesn't, Durand still has some time to remember Dig Game exists and catch up.
And really, that's all that's locking Durand right now is that Dig Game. Flute to 3. Going to Dark World, looks like.
Alright.
Did he remember?
Could also be... I was about to say could also be a ped check, but why? Oh, it's the North Dark World checks. That's actually a good call.
That works too. I could easily dash back and check them as well.
Oh, Senen didn't quite get Kiki to follow him. There we go. Alright, Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb coming up for Durand.
Quake.
There's Quake Medallion.
Not needed this seed. And there's the boots for Senen.
Okay, Mirror out. And looks like he's going to continue the play down, so he is going to go ahead potion unlock glitch here. And he's going to find the Flute and the Book of Medora.
Vanilla Cape!
Woo! Alright. Speed Gaming 6 with the 20-person raid. All the Speed Gaming channels coming to visit us here.
Oh, what a time to join too.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Spike Cave's open now.
Yeah, that does put up on the Spike Cave, finding that Vanilla Cape.
Alright, Senen has the unlock completed. Yep. Having a little bit of difficulty. Just decides to kill the green ones the old-fashioned way.
I mean, why not?
Yep. Alright, Durand heading up to Catfish here. Yep. Cadence afraid to jump there for a second. Wait, is that the Cadence sprite? Sorry.
No, that's Marissa.
My bad. I don't know why I thought that was Cadence. Just 50 rupees on the catfish. It's in pinned in ice. Or spike. Both of those are kind of disgusting, but...
Yeah, my odds are on ice. It's the most dense location we have left at this point. Senen.
So this is going to become a question of Senen going to Meyer versus Durand going to Big Game.
I think Senen realizes the key logic here in play. Yeah, he's gonna go with the back. Very wise.
Also pointing out we have once again forgotten about the Thieves Town Big Chest because we're trying to block the that's Omega level Rude right there. That's like
it really is, yeah.
That's like get out the hazmat suits toxic level of Rude.
Considering our hammer was at Dig Game, it's kind of annoying.
Oh, actually, you know what I just realized? We haven't checked the Saha turn-in yet either.
We have 3 bombs.
Oh wait, my bad.
Yeah, Senen did that when he was going through before he went into pot here.
I missed that. I must have been looking at Durand's screen for something. Durand hadn't even gone to Ice Rod Cave yet. Wow.
All right, where are you going, Durand?
Flute to 3.
Back to 3. Oh, he's swimming away.
Gonna go. Okay.
Ice Palace.
Ice Palace. So he's gonna probably receive his logical bow, first bow here.
Actually, he may not. Half of Ice Palace is locked by the hammer.
Oh, that's a good call. Oh dear. Alright, there's the flute for Senen. And the mirror out.
Find the bow, and he's in go mode. Durand needs to get to the hammer in dig spot. We know there's a flute that's our intended, or rather, we know there's a bow that's our intended silvers in Meyer.
Yep. The question is, does Senen go, I'm gonna check Meyer area because I can do it now even if it's tremendously out of logic, or does he still try and go find that bow? It looks like the answer is he's at least gonna do King's Tomb here.
Senen has been staying in logic for the most part. But I don't think he'll pass up the opportunity to do Ice because we are at the same time. So he'll probably keep it in mind that he's not in go mode, or that the flute is out of logic. But I don't think Senen will care too much.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out here as Durand continues to make his way through Ice Palace.
Getting the mushroom now.
Nice! Ice Palace bomb jump there. Senen going to activate his flute now. Durand bowls a strike in Ice Palace. Nicely done.
Alright, there's only one check on east side of Ice Palace that's available to Durand here.
Alright. So that's the flute activated for Senen. Flute immediately used. Going to 6. Looks like Senen's making the play to Misery Meyer area.
Checking the desert ledge.
Checking the desert ledge first and rage slashes. Although that might have also been more keeping the vulture at bay as well.
And entering the portal from the bottom, that is setting up...
Hey!
Entering the portal from the bottom, setting up spooky action glitch. Sees it is Meyer. Durand mirroring out of ice.
Yep.
Durand knows they are missing something at this point, I feel.
Yeah. Flute out once again for Durand.
Going to 3. Going to the portal.
This cannot feel good for Durand. I think this is, oh, hey, I never got back around to dig game. Or, well, it's dig game and I'm drastically behind. Oh no, he's gonna go read the pedestal.
No? Is he heading back into Skull Woods?
I can't imagine why. Oh god, he is.
He mismarked his tracker. He thinks there's an item in here.
Oh, buddy.
And that's why he was checking the chest earlier. He missed the heart container.
Oh, buddy. No, I saw him grab the heart container. He's grabbed 2 items out of here, but...
Yeah, he thought there was 1 item left, but we know there wasn't. But now he's got that last chest off his mind.
Alright, meanwhile, Senen in Meyer here. Gonna receive that bow shortly and be in go mode.
Durand, meanwhile...
is doing the needful and heading down to dig game. He's not... This is gonna be,
This is gonna be close. Go mode for having a shorter time. Go mode for Senen, 1:15:01. Durand will be shortly behind with the dig game here.
Alright, there's that hammer for Durand. 1:15:17.
Alright, both runners are now in go mode. Easter Palace, Palace Darkness, Swamp, and Turtle Rock for Durand. Easter Palace, Palace Darkness, and Misery Mire for Senen. Senen has the lead right now in terms of the race. Has less to do.
Indeed he does. I think Durand got a little bit confused there, was thinking about going back to Ice Palace, and then realized, wait a minute, that's not a crystal. Goes to 5.
And both runners have cleared Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace as best they can without the bow.
Yep. So those 2 will be pretty easy. Senen in Meyer right now, and then it's going to be able to just go mode Swamp, the rest of Swamp.
The real time sink here is Turtle Rock. Senen has that entire dungeon length ahead of Durand. And that's a good 3-4 minutes easily. If you can't make that dungeon any faster, really.
Both runners have had logical access to TR for quite some time, yes. First, well, at this point, the first bow has to be either Big Key, Thieves Town Big Chest, or Spike, because those are the only 2 locations we haven't seen.
Could be still a nice palace.
Yes, Hammer Locked and Ice. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Oh, gosh. There we go. Alright, so as this action winds down, there's still, as our runners continue their pass through go mode dungeons here, this is by far not the only league action on even just speed gaming tonight. Here in about 45 minutes, it's going to be a triple header of action on speed gaming, the main speed gaming channel, starting with Team Yutang Clan Solski facing off against Team Pug Trio, represented by Andy. starting at 5:10 Eastern, followed by Coravane representing Link Finds a Way. I'm not going to do my Jeff Goldblum, sorry folks, versus Gans Gone Wild representing I Like Big Boots after the conclusion of that match. And then the third match, Team Forfeiters Are Us, represented by DataPlet, versus Spaceballs the Rando Team, represented by Phantom Ryu. All three of those back to back to back on Speed Gaming 1. And then I just realized I got that wrong. I apologize. The third matchup of the triple header is actually Gamachu and Team Kappa versus Pulped for Food and Hacksaw. Phantom Ryu and DataPlet is at 6:10 Eastern on Speed Gaming 4.
And these two runners may be done with their race here in the matter of a couple dozen minutes. But these two members are part of a larger poll, as you can see. A Link to the West Coast is represented by Senen here. Magic was represented by Durand. Their second game of Week 1 is scheduled for tomorrow at check and sketch there again.
Also,
10,
synchronized
10
crystals.
So a very early match. It'll be, I hope I pronounced this right, Zetnix versus Keenup. Those are both very hard names to pronounce. I hope I got them right.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and hit chat with the way I was reading those, and that's Zetnix versus Keenup. So I'm sure there's a correct one somewhere in those four. I hope. All right, so Durand now heading into Eastern. Senen heading into Palace of Darkness. Not going to be too far behind in clearing the Eastern Palace of Darkness double dip. Unfortunately for Durand, Senen is going to be able to go mode these two and then go to Swamp and just go straight back to Argus.
Yeah. However,
I got that completely wrong again. My bad. Senen can just go after he does Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness.
Yeah. So Durand has a little bit of catching up to do.
Yeah.
Still not over yet, though. Quite a bit of time can be made up if the key, depending on the Gigantor big key placement, we'll get to that in a little bit. And some other time, more time can be made up depending on how well the Ganon fight goes.
Yep.
There's still a few factors in this race before we can call a true winner already.
Yeah. Because while our runners are both going to have Gold Sword and 4 potions available to them, if they decide to... I doubt either of them sidetracks at this point to do that, unless they have bad luck versus Ganon. We are still going to be on Green Mail Silverless, which... Ugh.
Yeah. So, to give an idea how much damage they'll take from Ganon, they have enough health to survive 1 hit on Green Mail.
Yep. Chat also pointing out Durand is not going to be going to Magic Bat to receive his Gold Sword. So Senen's going to have a 1-sword advantage here, which helps out not a whole lot, actually.
Yeah, it's a minimal advantage over against Ganon.
I think it reduces the first 2 phases to 8 hits instead of 12.
It's 6 hits to 12. And the spins in the final phase don't matter. Really, the big jump is Mastered versus Tempered. That's the big one.
Yep.
Because there's 12 required spins versus 12 slashes or 6 spins.
All right. Senen almost down to Helmassar King himself. Durand now heading to Swamp.
Senen having a little bit of trouble with the turtles.
Yeah, this room is the bane of my existence as well, so good to see somebody else having problems with it.
Yeah. It's really just managing your hammer strikes. That comes fine.
All right. So Senen now in the Helmassar King fight. 17 thwacks with that hammer and a few swipes with that gold sword should be enough to take Helmassar King down. If we could guarantee we would know where Helmassar King was going, 5 bombs would destroy the mask, but RNG is RNG. So Senen takes down Helmassar King easily. Gonna be immediately mirroring to take care of Armos.
Bomb strats would be a viable strategy if Randomizer were to play, but I don't think we're gonna have Randomizer this tournament. Let me double check.
We are going to have an Randomizer week 3. I'm not sure what the boss shuffle settings are for that one.
Full boss shuffle. So yeah, that bomb strat could be fruit viable against a surprise Helmassar King.
Yep. There is also Mystery Week in week 4. Could also roll Randomizer. So. All right. Durand go-moding Swamp here. Senen heading back to Armos Knights. This is going to be Senen's last boss fight before heading up to Gan's Tower. And actually, Senen hadn't gone into Eastern because he just picked up the big key. Granted, he's in go mode. He's not going to do anything else now that he has that big key. Going for the quick kill here, gets it.
Senen still checking chest, even though in go mode. Probably looking to see if the alpha bow was in here. Oh, right, and he doesn't have found the big key, of course.
Well, no, he got the big key in the front there, so he's fine with that.
I don't know, maybe you're looking for armor then.
Could be looking for armor, could be looking for the alpha, like you said originally, the alpha bow.
And yeah, it was a free check, it was on the way.
Yeah.
Makes some sense.
Alright. Through the cannonball room. Yep. The dodgiest skeleton in all of Hyrule strikes again.
Alright.
Durand with yet another low health boss fight.
And we're about to be in the Armos Knights over on Senen's side.
Granted, this one's a little bit less dangerous.
5. Gets away from him.
Ooh. Granted, Argus a little bit less dangerous than Vitreous, but
here's the thing. That's the compass. That's 7 crystals. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all 7 crystals. And you know what time it is. We have a game we like to play.
Indeed, we do.
We have 22 chests in Ganon's Tower, only one of which can contain the Ganon's Tower boss key to go up to the top. Give us a number in chat. Tell us which chest you think we'll find the boss key in today. Westside, what do you think it's going to be?
Well, I mean, somebody's got to channel the spirit of Math Girl and say 22, so I'll just hit that because somebody else already got to my usual guess of 3. So
I put in 13 because I want to be a little bit middle of the road, give them a chance to find the red mail, or maybe the blue mail at least. Yeah, but not enough to just full clear. I want to be somewhere in the middle.
Right, so both of our runners on Death Mountain at this point. Unfortunately for Durand, he's going to have to go to Turtle Rock first and contend with Trinex. Senen, meanwhile, going to be able to just proceed directly up to Ganon's Tower. Looks like he's going to use the Turtle Rock portal instead of the portal down here on down on the bottom of Death Mountain.
All right. So Senen's got.
Oh, wait a minute. Developing story here. Senen needs to find himself some arrows.
Well, Senen can find some arrows along the way. He doesn't need them right away. He just needs them for when he goes to the tower. And he does have the shovel to dig up some if need be.
Yeah. And looks like he is going to utilize that shovel a few times. as he makes his way over to the entrance.
Alright, folks, as soon as we see Senen enter the tower, the big guessing game will be stopped. So, last second chance to get your guesses in. That does not... Oh, there we go, 10 arrows, that's enough. That dig dash does not give you multiple items. Sorry.
Alright.
Starting with left.
26 points from the looks of it for the winner today.
First chest, small key. Second chest, small key.
And looks like he's going right.
And there's the tile room, infamously known as Location 22 half the time.
Yep. Oh,
Master grabbed.
Me personally, I might have taken that as a sign that the game wanted you to go left.
Maybe.
But Senen gonna continue on the path he has chosen. He is heading back to the right side here. Durand heading in Turtle Rock now. Oh, we found half magic at some point. Where was that at?
Laser Bridge.
Oh, my bad.
And if Durand opens the chest from top to bottom, he will find it. Because it was in the second chest, big key, small key on the bridge was on the third.
Alright. So Durand
has to be careful. Those chain shots can one-shot him right now.
Yep. Does make it through, though.
Blue rupee. Number 4, another blue rupee. Number 5, 10 arrows. Number 6, 20 rupees. Yeah, it was very likely he found those 10 arrows. We hadn't seen many.
Living on the edge there is Senen. Runs across the edge there. Manages to get that small key. Mirrors out, heading left.
Chest number 7. On the torch here. It's a piece of heart. Seeing is enough for it to count, though.
Alright.
Ooh, has to be careful. That
careful here, because that laser there can fire off and wreck your day if you're not careful. Does get
8,
the key.
9, 10, and 11 here. Another shield.
There!
Big key! That was
9.
chest number 9.
Number 9. Number 9.
A lot of people.
So, Emperor Frog was first to guess 9. Sir Hakado, Black Wax 143.
There's a lot of names there.
Yeah, Just Deja, Dagster, Muad'Dib, and Dimmadome. Wait, no. Doug Dimmadome, owner of Dimsdale Dimmadome. Words.
Words are hard. Regardless, all of you, congratulations on guessing 9 there.
Emperor Frog, the big winner with 26 points, but everybody else who guessed 9 gets 5 points on the leaderboard. Pat yourself on the back. All right, Senen heading up the gauntlet now, towards the gauntlet now. Durand just about to the crystal roller room here in Turtle Rock.
Does get to the second row health.
So Durand is going to be able to skip Laser Bridge, so he may not get that half magic after all.
That is unfortunate, but doesn't really need it. Although the cape plus half magic does provide a very unique opportunity for our runners in the Ganet fight. We'll see if they go for it.
Yep. All right, so Durand is indeed just going to skip Laser Bridge entirely here. Not even going to take the safety valve either. Granted, gold sword, or excuse me, nope, he still has tempered, my bad. Tempered sword even, just 5 swings per head, should be able to keep Trinex in check. without losing all of the magic.
I don't think any single runner feels behind here. Honestly, this seed has been fairly chaotic in nature.
I don't know.
And
If
both of
you're
them are going
Durand,
at roughly
you
the
gotta
same time.
you gotta be wondering what happens if I do that big game before doing Smith's Chain. I feel like that's got to weigh heavily on Durand. Like, yes, was the rest of the seed kind of chaotic and the bow logic a little bit on the evil side? Yes, but
I mean, we still don't even know where the alpha bow is.
last locationing that hammer has got to feel bad.
Oh yeah.
Trinex down for Durand, right as Senen clears Line Molest 2.
Still, given how close the race actually is, I wouldn't feel too bad.
Yeah. So, the good news for Durand is he is going to be able to just run right over to Gan's tower here. He doesn't have to reclimb the entire mountain like Senen ended up having to.
And yeah, I have the degree of chat here. The bow runners have an out-of-logic bow, which makes the other thing they have silvers. Which, in fact, they do not. In fact, they have the same bow.
Yeah.
We never found that intended first bow. Which, at this point, might as well be an ice ballast behind the hammer, I would think. Unless it's in one of our other one-ups we left behind.
Yeah, it's hammer locked in ice, or it's on spike, or it's in the Thieves' Town big chest. So, actually, technically, I think all three of those were hammer locked.
There's Bombos. Senen gonna keep checking chests here as he progresses through. Durand, meanwhile, starting to look for the big key.
All right. So, once again, a reminder as this race comes to its conclusion. More league action starting tonight at 5:10 Eastern. A triple header will start on Speed Gaming Main, starting with Soski of Yutang Clan going against Andy of Pug Trio. Plenty of matches on the schedule for tonight as Week 1 draws to a close. You can always check that out at speedgaming.org/ALTTPR League.
I am legitimately surprised we never found the mail grade. They must be deeper here in GT. We've checked everywhere else.
Yeah. All right, Senen off to the Geometry Wars now.
Yep.
Nice.
There. They're then unfortunately deflected into the wall.
Nope.
Gets another 2 there. Good setup.
Oh, took a hit, unfortunately.
Not a great positioning there, unfortunately. And the Shadow Clone's not a great spot here. Only going to be a single in that pass.
And with each of these bad setups, and Senen's been kind of spinning around, and I think he's just kind of like, this is ridiculous. So I think that does speak to maybe him feeling a little bit behind, because he's like, and these hook shots as well. He's just sitting here like, I'm looking for the dot done, and this is happening to me. No.
Gold sword, fighter shield, bow without silvers in hand. Time to fight Ganon.
So we will see the silvers hint here from Ganon, so we will have our answer shortly.
Yeah, so we'll know where the initial alpha bow is because of Ganon.
Meanwhile, Ganon deciding to channel Harry Carey for today's seed. Well, Harry Carey as betrayed by Will Ferrell, but...
Playing it safe. Smart play.
No magic refills, so he doesn't want to waste too much magic on the cape to avoid, to just lay into Ganon here.
Yeah, and both runners drank the red potion as part of the potion push, so they don't even have that healing. Alright, phase 3. The worst is over.
Alright.
Oh, maybe not. There's the fire bat.
Yep.
And another one.
Unfortunately got blocked off by the first one, so he can't avoid the second one. Well, avoid the second one happening, I guess is how I should phrase that.
Yeah, the fire bats in phases 3 and 4 don't actually have knockback. They actually reverse your control, so you force yourself into a bit, trying to edge your way away from them. They were in ice!
Ice! Wow. Alright, so, Senen misses the torch glitch. Needs to hit Ganon 12 times with this with these spins here. Well-timed spins.
The 2. Now Silverless is a very difficult strat. It's a 2-frame window to hit these spins. You can do almost action. Yeah, there was a fire bat. You saw that it didn't knock him around. But yeah, with how the Silverless goes, you notice Ganon raises his hands maybe very so briefly as he teleports away. That is the window you need to hit the spin attack in. He is vulnerable in those specific frames.
And you can technically hit it with a slash, and it does technically do the same amount of damage. But since the spin has damage frames for its entire animation, it's easier to just use the spin.
Yeah, it's much more consistent to use the spin attack to damage Ganon in the Silverless fight.
So, Senen now has a couple of situations developing. Is low on health, is running low-ish on magic, although with half magic and using the lamp, should be okay there. But it's still kind of a nervous situation if you're eyeing your magic bar.
Yeah, only getting one hit of phase here.
And yeah, and only getting one hit of phase also probably isn't going to help your nerves at all.
There's one. Didn't quite get the hit there, I don't think.
Alright. Meanwhile, Durand has defeated Buldorm 2, is going to be heading to Aghanim 2.
So, ladies and gentlemen, get your GZ in chat for Senen, who will clinch Game 1 for a Link to the West Coast here in the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 2. They'll fight again. Their teams will fight again tomorrow with different members. And ladies and gentlemen, Senen has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, 55 seconds.
Did you like that bow placement? Well played, Triforce Room Text. Well played.
I
just had the strangest feeling of deja vu. Didn't we have that same thing happen where the bow placement was weird last time and the Triforce text said bow placement? Or was that the one I solo comped?
I don't remember. That was still pretty funny though.
Alright. Durand takes down Aghanim 2, is heading to the big pig fight himself.
So for folks just now tuning in here, we got information from Ganon that the first intended bow, because we found our other bow, so bow-locked, in a bow-locked location, was an ice palace. So Durand was on the right track, but without the hammer could not full clear the dungeon. Thus, we don't know where exactly in ice it was.
Right. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and hold off for a moment on interfering Senen, since Durand is in the Ganon fight. Durand going to have a slightly longer go at it here with Tempered Sword, but should be able to get through Phase 1 and 2 without too much of a problem. I say that, and then I look and realize he only has 3 hearts and no half magic and no bottle backups.
Yeah, but getting those bottle backups is not that bad. Oh, there it goes.
Also, an auspicious rupee count for Durand that he is about to. I would assume is about to. Nope, he's gonna go right back in.
Yeah, makes some sense. Alright, so 10 number 2 has a little bit more health to work with. But that is still not enough health that a taking contact damage again will be enough to kill.
Yep. So I will also say that death is going to ruin Durand's chances with the original warp pattern. The randomizer standardizes warp patterns for Ganon 1 and the blue ball pattern on Aghanim. The blue ball pattern on Aga 1, the patterns for Aga 2, and the warp patterns for this phase we are in right now. However, if you take a death to any of those bosses, you are then at the mercy of the original game's RNG.
Yeah, it's basically set up in such a way that it's fair for both runners in their first encounter.
Yep.
So it's not a matter of luck, it's a matter of skill.
Like, for example, never mind, I was about to say this last hit is being a bit of a troll, and then right as I was going to say it, oh hey, there's the fourth hit.
Alright, focus on prioritize getting the torch glitch. Very nice.
Yes. Does hit it. Because, especially without that magic, he needed that torch glitch. Because even with lamp, he's gonna need to be careful about trying to maximize the amount of hits he gets per light here.
Oh, it's silverless. Or that would have been a non-silverless hit, rather.
Yep.
And we see that the pedestal was only 20 rupees today, so I think we answered that question, at least.
Alright, Durand. Keeping calm here, 3 hearts. Any sort of contact with anything from Ganon will be another death.
Yeah, playing it extra safe.
Alright.
Going for triple here, maybe.
Might have it.
Gets it, and that's a kill shot. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do GG in chat for Durand. And still a very strong time, very respectable.
Alright. And as Durand's animation plays out, I'm going to go ahead and pull Senen up into the conversation.
Durand is finished officially in second place with a time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 38 seconds to both of them.
Yep.
And we are now joined by Senen GG's.
Thank you.
What a race!
Hi.
What a race this was. I'm gonna go ahead and get Durand in here too, because I want to talk to you both. Durand, welcome.
Hello.
So, your seeds were pretty much neck and neck up until one point, and then they were within 5 minutes apart afterward.
Village of Outcasts, I'm guessing.
The dig spot, yes.
Yep. As soon as I saw it, I was like, well, that's over.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You both were in go mode within a minute of each other.
Huh.
Neither of you got the bow and ice palace. As we found out from Ganon. So it was still fairly close, despite the dig spot having the hammer, and Durand unfortunately avoiding it for so long.
I avoided it because I accidentally grabbed the chest when I typically go down there first, because you can't have the chest following you, and I said, okay, but, you know, I want to do the chest, let's just hope it's nothing. So it was an unfortunate mistake that led to that being put off for at least 5 minutes, at least. I really wasn't counting.
Yeah. As far as we could gather, both of you were running at pretty much the same pace, too. Both of you were in Mothfield at the same time.
I knew going into this would be a really good race. Senen is very good. So I knew this is...
Yeah, we raced in a French tournament not so long ago. And
yes.
Yeah, same. I was really excited with racing you. Yeah, I was by the end of the seed. I was thinking I was playing a bit subpar, and well, I had point between Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace or Turtle Rock, and well, I choose wrong basically because Palace of Darkness was the and I was afraid that if we have done everything relatively close, just this one decision could have put you far away, far in front of me.
It was indeed fairly close. It
Yeah,
really
and
did.
I also freaked out because I had a moment where the internet dropped, really visible, and I was scrambling to get it fixed. So
Yeah.
that wasn't
And
good either.
props to you, by the way, because you dropped and you were gone to us for about what was it? Probably about 10 minutes or so.
10 or 20 minutes, yeah.
You were gone to us, and you came back on, and you two were literally in the Mothula fight at the exact same time at about the exact same level of the fight. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, you guys were fairly in sync for a large majority of that race. It's just then the desync happened with the dig spot having the hammer and that happening. But so props to you for not only keeping it so close, but also keeping it so close while keeping one eye on your internet situation.
Yeah,
I bet that was fun to see too. Just like, oh, he's at Mothula now. Like, I had no idea we're at the same exact boss when that happened.
Yeah, mad props to your dexterity for keeping a pace while having the technical issue there, Durand. I have to respect that. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, it's crazy. Things happen. You know, I just didn't know that the stability of the internet would be randomized too.
Well, I mean, at least it came back up for you, so we could see the finish of your seed and all of your stats here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really glad for that, because yeah, you don't want to just see one half of the race. So
Yep.
I'm glad I could get that started again.
And I remember to message for every viewer out there: if you're racing in a tournament, local record your race because you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, we did unfortunately have an issue with a race yesterday that did have to be rerun because of technical issues on both sides. So let that be a lesson to you. If you're going to be in league or a tournament or the Challenge Cup, please make sure your computer can handle locally recording, because nobody wants to have a race rerun simply because a computer crash happened. It's unfortunate and completely and entirely avoidable. So yeah, public service announcement for everybody involved.
Yeah, this is the one time I forgot to do that too, and the moment I couldn't get the internet up for a while, I was like, well, at least start recording it now. You have the rest uploaded, so just don't move, just record the rest.
So, Durand, I want to ask you a question because I'm just curious about this. With Skull Woods, what you kept checking a few chests afterwards. Was that part of the panic there that you forgot how many items you found in there?
I think I was still tilted, yeah, because I still thought there was one left. You saw me go back to Skullwoods later, and it was just a key. That's where I was like, oh, I miscounted.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was the case. I just was curious and wanted to see.
Yeah. And for some reason, I could not line up the pot clip in Hera. I swear, looking at it, it looked like the right pixels, but yeah, it didn't work.
Well, luckily
that
for
one,
you,
unfortunately, we did not see.
Oh, nuts. Well, okay. But yeah, I tried up until I had one heart and was like, fine, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way.
But yeah, you dropped out. For us, we saw you, the bomb was exploding to open up the back of Escape, and then we did not see you return until Mothula.
Okay, yeah. It may be that when my stream tried to start back up, it probably tried to apply the delay again? I don't know. I'm not sure.
It was certainly It was certainly fairly strange, but GG's to you all the same. This is only the start of the league, and this was a fairly close race, all things considering.
Indeed.
So good luck to both you and your team here in the following weeks to come. Of course, your teams are not done yet. You have another race tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I've already mentioned that already. Make sure to follow these two runners, though, putting on an excellent race for us. Good dexterity, good sportsmanship across both sides. Also, make sure to follow Speed Gaming 2-6. You don't miss any racing action, not just here on the Link to the Past Randomizer League. And of course, speaking of the league, we have the Link to the Past Randomizer League Twitch channels, those which also feature races, and we do have a couple of those coming up later today, actually.
Yeah. Looks like most of the action is on the Speed Gaming family of networks tonight. Starting pretty much right now, we will probably be heading over here as soon as we sign off to a triple header of action starting on Speed Gaming. Starting with Yutang Clan Solski versus Pug Trio Andy. Followed by Link Finds a Way, Coravane versus I Like Big Boots and Gen's Gone Wild. Followed by Team Kappa Gamachu versus Will Pulped for Food Hacksaw. And if none of those strike your fancy, at 6:10 Eastern, Dataplet of Ford Fritters Are Us will face Phantom Ryu of Spaceballs The Rando Team on SG4, Speed Gaming 4. So yeah, Speed Gaming gonna have plenty of action tonight. The ALTTPR League and the ALTTPR League 2 through 4 will also be carrying league action as well. You can always go to speedgaming.org/ALTTPR League to see the full schedule for restreams. And yeah, don't forget to follow the runners, as already mentioned. Big thank you to our tracker, Irritable Penguin. And thank you to Speed Gaming for having us. Unless you guys have anything else to add, I think we should go ahead and
send something to add. Don't forget to follow my co-com Westside Vandal here. As he was an excellent co-com. Great working with you once again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's gonna about do it for us here. So from all of us here at the Link to the Past Randomizer League, I have been Wolf Link 0370, and we shall see you all next time. And thank you for watching. Have a good day, everyone.
Good day.
GG's.
GG's. It was a great race.